So the plea deal he took, he's going to plead guilty to having a firearm. The crazy thing is he spent about like 2 years fighting this on house arrest. We had heard that the trial for this was going to be in July. Obviously, July came and went. We're now in August. Apparently got pushed back again. And now we're seeing a declaration, and I'll post this up. You know, he signed this declaration here. It says, I, Kentrell Golden, who's a defendant, has been informed that a felony indictment is pending against me in the above designated case. I wish to plead guilty. Now, this is coming from his Louisiana case that, you know, he eventually got bond on. He went to Utah. He was allowed to be there. He beat the case that he had in California, but he had this one case left. I believe that, I don't know if maybe one of his lawyers has talked to him or talked some sense into him, even though, you know, this could have probably been done before. You have so many legal situations mounting. There's zero chance you're going to walk out of here. Zero chance you're just going to be free. YoungBoy was about to be scotch-free. Now what happens? They arrest him in California. He's driving a Maybach. There's another gun in the Maybach. He goes on a high-speed chase. He hops out the car, bolts it. I heard he's running like Noah Lyles on 100 meters. Hopping over a fence like the hurdles. He's jumping through bushes, backflipping. The nigga doing like parkour. Crazy shit. He goes to hide somewhere. They send the canine. Yo, the police be doing niggas bad. The canine is chomping through your flesh, chewing on your bone. And the police is shouting at, don't fucking move! Put your fucking hands up! You're like, oh my God. You're like, the dog is biting through your hand. They send the dog on YoungBoy. They take him into custody. He beats the first case. The first case that I said he beat, the reason why he beat it, they couldn't prove that the Maybach was only occupied by him and that maybe somebody else did not have a weapon in the car. That was his whole thing. Hey, listen, I never knew that there was a glove compartment. I was just driving. Yeah, I did flee in a lewd, but that wasn't what the cops were trying to get him on. When they searched the car, they found it. Now, why wouldn't he beat the case? If you guys don't remember the initial case that he was charged with, the initial case was that him and about like 20 other guys were on a block shooting a music video. Somebody saw through a window, like, who are these hoodlums? They got a bunch of guns. They called the police, and the police pulled up and apprehended the majority of these guys. While doing their investigation, they found out that there was proof that YoungBoy did indeed have something that looked like a weapon in his hand. The weapon in his hand, at first, his lawyers were saying, nah, that's airsoft gun. That's not no real gun. What the hell? It was deemed also by firearm experts that was a real gun. YoungBoy's lawyer goes into panic mode, but they find an out. Well, you can't use the evidence from the SD card. The call that y'all got to pull up wasn't to go look through an SD card. It was to find guns, rely on the eyewitnesses, and that didn't work. By the way, a bunch of other people took credit for the other guns, so his homies tried to do what they were, supposed to do. Anyway, I say all that to say, I think he's going to do about 3 to 5 years. I can't imagine more. There's a limit on 10. I think he's going to try to resolve both cases. I know one's federal and one's state, and sometimes they don't like when you serve time for both simultaneously, but I think it's going to be some type of deal if they could finesse it where he does federal, then goes immediately to state. But what do I believe is going to happen? Overall, is going to be 5 years or so. 5, maybe 6. If we look at YoungBoy's age, he's 24. Unfortunately, if he comes out in 6 years, he'll just be 30. So it's just one of those things where he's just in a tough pickle right now. He hasn't had his freedom for a while. He hasn't, trust me, you guys just don't know the struggle of making $100 million and then being in a house that it's worth a lot with a lot of people, who's serving you, but you have an ankle monitor, so you can't leave the house. Like, what's the point of having a Rolls Royce, but you can't drive it too far? Like, come on now. This is anxiety. It's a lot of stuff. YoungBoy living like a king. He got multiple checkpoints. He got a small militia guard. He lives on a mountain, literally. I used to say, that nigga talking about Gravedigger Mountain. That nigga probably live on a molehill. No, that's an actual mountain. You know how I could tell? When I pulled up to the gates at the very bottom, by the time we drive, supposedly it's about like 6,000 feet up in the air. When we get up there, nigga, it's a blizzard. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a different temperature at his house than the gate. I promise you. You would think it's Pablo Escobar up on that damn mountain. Mansion big as a motherfucker. This nigga got everything in the world. Nigga threw me the keys. Yo, could you move my girl Bentley back there? Move my G-Wagon in there and I just made back. I'm like, oh, god damn. I went up in there. There's all type of car. I'm like, holy. I see some shit pull up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Nigga, it looked like a tank. Something out of Iraq, except it's some snow shit. It's just like crawling. It has the fucking, you know when you see tanks and it has that little, the wheel thing? It's like a little turn belt. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm seeing him doing donuts. I'm like, what the hell? I said, what the hell is this shit? I said, yeah, this is some other shit. I said, what? I said, this is legal? I said, yeah, for YB, it's legal. Yeah. When you've made $100 million, and yes, it is reported, NBA YoungBoy made $100 million in 2023. What y'all think house arrest look like for a $100 million nigga? Huh? I won't say nothing. What y'all think it look like? So I'm over here like, you know me, I'm pocket watching. What the fuck? How much this shit cost? Nigga said, this is 1.2. I see YB going to test drive. He come back. He said, I'm taking it. What? Man, $100 million. Who gives a fuck? 1.2? What? Only thing that could even remind you that maybe this nigga isn't as free as he seems is only a little ankle monitor, but there ain't no thing. Man, that shit going crazy. I'm there saying, house arrest a hell of a thing.